What's up, everyone, and welcome back. So, in this video, we're going to be vibe coding. Now, this is something I've heard so much about, but I actually don't know how to do it. So, that's why I called in my friend Raymond. Raymond, I see you're outside right now. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from coastal China, southern China. And
Oh,
you
nice,
can't
man.
vibe code without the vibes.
Man, those vibes look heavy over there. So, what is vibe coding?
Well, vibe coding essentially is where you put all your trust into the LLM. You're just typing away and you're letting cursor do the whole project for you. You don't even care about the code, just chatting away with it and getting it in the right way that you want it
Oh, man, that's
effectively.
awesome. Cool. So,
No skills required.
no skills required. Well, we'll see. Raymond's one of the most brilliant people I know, so it'd be very interesting to see him vibe code. So, for this, I want to put 10 minutes on the clock, and I want to see how much we could get done of building a landing page for a cloud infrastructure, kind of SaaS product company.
Sure.
Cool. So, let me get the clock on. All right, ready? Three, two, one. Let's get vibing.
All right, so the first thing that every vibe coder needs to do is you need to create a repository. And so I've just used Gitkraken, did that, and open up the project. Let's choose Vibe. And today we're going to be using Next.js for this project here. So we'll just do bunx create next app at latest. And we're just going to run through a bunch of dependencies and installing things, get the project in order, and then we'll begin to Vibe. Just call it Vibe.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's name the company Vibe as well. It'll be a Vibe cloud infrastructure company.
Okay, yeah. Let me just pull the chat window a little more here. You can see it's installing everything. We got the main page.tsx. The layout is good. And we just got to wait for these dependencies to run through. But that really won't stop us actually from beginning. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to enter voice activation mode. And we'll basically just start in the chat like this. All right, we want to create a cloud infrastructure SaaS startup that sells cloud services. You can choose and pick any service that you want to market here for us. Please design it in a style similar to something like a combination of Vercel, Linear, and any other modern high-tech brand out there. Please use Tailwind and all the latest Next.js standards and create two sections right now. One is a hero, and the section after that would be a better description of the company. Please keep a uniform complementary design system and just vibe. Let's see if it caught that last part. It didn't. Just vibe.
Nice.
And we'll just send it off and just see, all right, what's it going to do with that? And so this is going to scan through everything. It's going to recognize our page.tsx here. It's probably going to recognize our layout file. We probably don't have a lot of time to import a custom font or anything right now. It's just not really the style. And there you can see it's starting to generate a page.tsx. It recognized what we're doing right here. And it's probably just going to go and replace a lot of this. So you're going to see diffs floating around, a bunch of green and red lines. And it's just going to start vibing.
Hell yeah, man. So tell me, do you usually use the speech to prompt like that there?
Yeah, that's kind of main part of vibe coding actually is to do that.
Oh, wow. So
Is
it's like
just
you're speaking
talk
with
to the
someone.
computer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That is cool.
It looks like our bind run dev isn't working for some reason, so we'll have it figure that out. However, I do know what the problem
Yeah, it
could
looks
be.
like the
We'll just got to
script's
figure out
not
real quick.
found, so probably in the package.json there's no There's no dev script. Let's see.
And see, this is one issue where we start to vibe code is it's starting to already try to install things that we already have. And so you basically say, I already have all the right dependencies. And there you can see it's already starting to replace the app.tsx. It actually started doing it in the wrong place. So I don't know if Chris is getting all that smart these days. But effectively, you could just put this in here, and now this will work.
Oh, nice.
We have to cd into vibe, actually. And we'll do bun dev. That was the issue. And now we're on localhost 3000. And so if we go over here to localhost 3000 and spin this up,
I can't
we'll
wait to see
just,
what it's gonna show.
I mean, we'll just see. It's all Tailwind, right?
Oh,
Error
error.
occurred in next font. Wonder what that could be. We'll just trust the process. We'll just straight up vibe. It's doing a Tailwind config. That's fine. It's modifying our package JSON. And see, it's already starting to figure out what's actually going wrong with it, what you need to do. It's deleting things that it says we don't need. You just trust the process and vibe.
So how
Accept,
common is
accept.
that you see it make mistakes and then later correct it? Is that commonplace?
So actually, it's probably the most common when you're initializing a brand new project from scratch. When you already have an established project, you got 20 files in there, it seems to pull from the context very well and just know what to do. It always has the most trouble when you're starting a project, which I don't know why.
Yeah, yeah. Gotcha.
So it says that everything should be good here. We'll just bun run dev here. We're still getting the next font error, unknown font type Geist. We'll just fix that real quick
Hmm.
and delete these.
Yep.
And let's just see if we can get to compile here.
Oh, can't resolve Tailwind CSS.
Let me see if it did run through all the dependencies.
Mm-hmm.
We put that in the wrong place. We don't need that. That was the old file. Let's see here what the problem could be, and then we'll try to tell it. Because once we go through these errors, it already has a nice page already made for us. So
Very
you can
cool.
just type that in right there. And this is the whole point of vibe coding, actually, is sometimes you may not even know what's going on. But if you get an error, you type in the chat, it will eventually come to a fix. And that's how most people are doing this usually.
Wow.
So you can see there it's starting to import Tailwind. That is right.
Mm-hmm.
And just doing all that, that's fine. It's modifying our dependencies there, kind of rearranging them. It's interesting. And it wants to do us a clean installation and just, so this is going to
Yeah,
nuke
so
our
it's
node
gonna remove. It's
modules and
gonna
install.
reinstall everything. Interesting. Okay.
Yep. Yep. Like I said, when it comes to starting projects, it always is not that great. All right, we installed them all. It says 3000 is running in use. That's fine. We'll just cancel that, and then this should work.
See you, baby.
Oh, there we go.
Wow, look at this. Okay.
So we're up and running. And now that we have something, this gives us a lot to work with here. So how long did that take? About 5 minutes, something like that?
How long did that take? That took you. Yeah, it took about 9 minutes. But you know what? I think we're gonna extend this. We're gonna put another 10 minutes on the clock due to due to the setup taking a little bit longer than expected. So let's put another 10 minutes on the clock and let's keep vibing.
Okay. Now I'll basically say this. All right, so now we have the project. It is completely in the right order. All the folder structures are right. Our dependencies are great. Don't change anything about that. Now we want to primarily focus on purely the UX design of this page. We want to use all the latest design tricks, gradients, linear gradients, ambient shadows, inset shadows. We want to use responsive design. Please sync up the colors and just vibe. Make it 10 times better than what it currently is right now. And we'll just type that in. And after a series of a few of these, prompts in this direction, it'll iteratively get better. And so there you can see it's starting to work on this page TSX here. Generating. These errors are from the previous version. And we'll just see.
Yeah, I'm wondering how many. So during that initial process, there's a lot of errors that kind of pop up that you're squashing with prompts, and kind of knowing how a Next.js project is set up as well. I'm curious to see how it works now that we're kind of rolling.
Yeah, it will be pretty good.
Mhm.
It's just thinking right now. That's what they do. That's what they think. And sometimes when you want to speed along, I'll just say like continue faster, and it will kind of reset the request.
Continue faster. Love that.
Yeah, you almost gotta abuse it,
Gotcha. So I noticed, you use like please and thank you with the LLMs. Is there any reason behind that?
So that's what people are saying. They say that it responds a little bit nicer and performs your request up to the standards that you want when you say please and thank you, which is interesting. A machine would care about that.
You got to know your manners.
Yeah. It's been a little time thinking here, which is not great. I mean, how many people are using these services right now? This is very popular for these things to time out.
Are you using the 3.7 or what?
I'm just using 3.5.
Here we
You
go.
see that now it's starting to kind of go. All right, so it's deleting a bunch of stuff we don't need there. It's interesting.
Oh, it's got some little bullet points there.
Deleted quite a lot there. Makes some type of list that's mapping over. Okay. Adjusting tailwind config for probably some animations. Yep. And there we go. It says it's done now.
Whoa, look at this.
All right, so there we go. And now here's what I would probably do with this. What does every website need? We'll say this now.
Tell me.
All right, this is great. You've made a pretty good page here, but now please make a navigation bar and make it a separate component and put it inside the layout.tsx. And so this is going to be really important right now to see if it does this, because right now you can see we don't currently have a components folder. That's usually where you put a lot of your components, right? So we're going to test to see if it makes a components folder, if it makes the actual file, and then it's smart enough to import it in this layout right above the children right here. It would do something like navbar.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Create
So let's
that
see if
navbar
it
component and add it. Yep. So I see when in the prompt there was misspellings. Instead of page here, it put pretty good pay.
Oh, yeah.
So I wonder, is it able to understand kind of misspellings and grammatical errors very well?
So it's funny. I actually seen a tweet the other day that if you intentionally put in grammatical errors, it resets the LLM to think in a whole new series of vector searches, and it usually makes it perform better. because I have to like think more about what you're trying to do. So yeah, that's something. All right, there we go. It actually put the nav bar in there. It's trying to use inner font. Adjusted the layout, and then you can see here when you click, it made a nav bar
Oh,
component.
nice.
And that nav bar component is in components right there.
Oh, so you have,
That's
I see
fine.
a handle scroll in there, so I'm wondering if the nav bar is going to have some type of fade animation or something when we're scrolling down.
Sure. And it looks like it adjusted the page here. Transparent animation. All right, now let's check it out. So there you go.
Oh, nice.
It,
Scroll it down a
they
bit.
called
Let's
it
see. Oh, yeah, it's
called
a
it cloud.
little, huh.
It looks like it's trying to fade the border or something.
Yeah, yeah. Very cool.
All right, let's
Perfect.
do
So
one
I
more thing
guess
now.
let's do one last thing. Let's
All right.
so we want to call this company Vibe. How can we kind of brand it with that Vibe company name? How would you do that?
So now what I need you to do is change the name from Cloudscape, and we want to call the company Vibe. Please make a better logo for this company. And I like the usage of dark mode and purple. Just please refine all the styles and sync it up and make it look a little bit more professional and ready to market. Adjust all the copywriting and make this 10 times better. And we'll just see what that
The
what that
voice
does.
controls are crazy, man. Wow. So,
Okay,
question
I'll
for
revamp the
you.
branding.
For
Yep.
deploying, do you just Dockerize this, or do you just deploy this to a Vercel or something? What is your preferred method of deploying an application like this?
I would probably just one-click deploy to Vercel.
Hmm.
That's the standard for Next. If you're using something like Astro, you could use Render. You could still use Vercel or Heroku. We know we've done that before, right?
Yep, yep.
Um, but Vercel is very quickly becoming the place where people just do everything there.
Yeah, especially if you have a Next.js project, that whole ecosystem's built for Next.js.
All right, so it looks like it changed it to Vibe. I don't see an SVG that it made in here for a logo. Usually does, or nope. Now it's generating a better page here. We'll see if that wants to improve that. And this will probably get us all in the right direction here. Mapping over some stats, okay. Absolute inset shadows. All right, and we'll just accept all and trust the vibe.
Nope, syntax error.
We got expected a double quote. We'll just try to, whoa.
They're trying to kill
The,
your vibe. Those double
oh,
quotes. There you go.
I see. There we go. Scared me for a second. This is why you got to know a little bit how to code, because when things go wrong, you got to be able to know.
Oh, love this. You got the V
Look
in
at
the
that.
top left. Oh, this looks great.
Yeah, it's got all the nice shadows. All the designers are going to love that. Little gradient borders.
Perfect,
And you can
perfect.
kind of imagine here, like
Hold on,
we
let me
made this
stop
in
the
20
timer
minutes.
here. This is perfect, man. Yeah, what were you saying?
So you can kind of imagine how spending another couple hours here with this, you can make a whole page, and then there you go.
These
You're
designs look
vibing.
great. I mean, this was, granted, it took us a little bit to get started. Just in the 9.5 minutes there to spin this up, this is pretty incredible. How much we vibe to get all this code up, and yeah, you got the responsiveness there too. We don't have the hamburger menu opening, but that's fine. But
You
wow.
would fix that in a prompt. Yep.
So really, the reality of this is, if you don't understand what's actually going on, because even watching you when the application was being built, you knew, oh, this doesn't belong here in the Next.js framework, things like that. You still need to know a bit, right?
Yeah, of course. If you don't know how to code at all, I think you're going to have a hard time. And what
Yeah.
I've learned actually is if you're vibing with the code and you're talking through the LLM and having it explain to you why it's making the decisions, what it's changing, and why, it can up level you and teach you how to code interactively. So for
Absolutely.
learning purposes, it's great too.
Absolutely, man. No, I that's one thing I've seen, some developers they tell me, "Oh, they just look for an output," but they don't understand, they don't ask the LM, "How did you get to this output?" Asking that how will help you level up just like you said. Awesome,
Yep.
man. Perfect. So, any other comments you have on this? I really enjoyed watching this experience, especially the speech to prompt. That was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that's primarily how people are vibing with it. You just talk to your computer these days and it codes for you. 2025.
All right.
Crazy where time's
Yeah,
running.
man. Cool, cool. All right, man. Raymond, continue those vibes on the beach for me. Soak up some sun. And that's it, everyone. I hope you loved this video, and I hope you consider vibing. Take care.